In this video, I'm going to discuss the vehicle rates area of the program. This particular area of the program was something that was first put in some of the very first editions of Easy As, and initially it had served a different purpose, but they tried taking it out at one stage, and because they didn't feel that it was being used or being utilized the way it should be utilized, and they had a few emails to say, why did you take it out? We were using that area. So now it's something that they've kept in the program, but it may not be useful to a lot of businesses, and I'll explain why. We had some businesses that were trying to use this as a logbook, and they came back to us and said, well, it's not showing all the information we require for a logbook. It's not meant for that, folks. Don't use this as a logbook. If you're in a country, and most countries do this, if you're required to record information in a logbook, you have to use a logbook. Go purchase a logbook from the news agents or wherever you've got to purchase it from. A proper logbook, keep it in your car and record your logbook, because at the end of the year, if you get audited and you haven't got a logbook, well then how are you going to claim any vehicle expenses? This area here in the program was just put in so you could use it really at the end of the year. So at the end of each year, if you say that you've added up all your distance travelled in your logbook and it comes to the fact that you've travelled 40,000 kilometres, etc, 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 you can actually record that in the program, record the distance travelled. You can record the rate that you're claiming. You might have a specific rate that you've worked out that you're saying that you're claiming for the government for those kilometres. This is normally done with your tax account, and they work out rates for you that you can claim. But you might have a rate that you claim, and this here will calculate these sorts of figures for you, and you put in your totals, etc, etc. You can record this. So this is really for an end of year recording principle, so that you can go back to each financial year and see what you claimed the previous financial year, so how many kilometres you were doing. But obviously, we intended it for that purpose, but you could actually use it for a whole array of different issues. You might actually have 3 or 4 different vehicles, so that gives you an opportunity to record 3 or 4 different vehicles. You might want to be using this and recording month to month, so you can record that. It's your choice, your software, your accounting. It's the way you run your business, but please don't treat this as a logbook. It was not intended for that. If you treat this as a logbook, you're going to come unstuck if you ever get audited, because the government's going to turn around and say, where's your logbook? Oh, you haven't got one? Too bad, so sad. Okay, this is not a logbook, folks. Okay, I think I've explained this area of the software.